Okay. So let's start with tiptoes and heels. So just finding the floor beneath and rolling forwards and back and just feeling the feet begin to work. Tiptoes and heels, tiptoes and heels. Getting into the rhythm of it, finding that nice little rhythm. And then as you start to feel the fatigue coming into the feet, just switch your awareness to the floor itself and feel yourself rolling over. It's a slightly different perspective, but a good one. Really helpful, that one, for balance center as well. Tiptoes and heels. Okay, and then when it all starts to feel a bit too much, okay, we're going to come into that grounding. So just feel the feet land on the floor, feel them spread, take a breath. And as you breathe out, just send those roots right down through the earth, as far down as you could possibly imagine. Wrap them around a big boulder, a big crystal, and just feel that anchoredness, that real solidity of the earth beneath you. We'll move on to the hands. Giving the hands a little bit of a rub or a massage, whatever feels right. You might want to go for the really light touch as well. Up to you, what feels right. I've been really enjoying doing this one again this week. This one where you grab, you grab a finger and you kind of shake it loose. A little bit of a pinch going on there at the tip of the finger as well. So it's kind of 2 in 1. And it just does something to my hand that feels a little bit different and new to the body. And I'm just going to let it go. Oh, noticing both the hands and the feet at the same time. Maybe the jaw's already started to go, so you can encourage it. We can give it a little bit of a pressure like we've been doing. Press 1, 2, 3 and release. Press 1, 2, 3 and release. 1, 2, 3 and release. Okay, got a new one for you today. If you bring both your fingers to the center part of your chin and then you start to sort of slide out over the top of the bone, you'll suddenly hit a little dip and a real sore spot. Ouch. Now, when you find that dip acupressure point, close your eyes, press it gently, not too hard, and just try and link these 2 points to the 2 points in the back of the neck. You see all sorts of things happening in the mouth when you do that. As it starts to learn to really release in a slightly different way. Okay, let's give it a little stroke because it likes familiar things too. Still with that feeling of letting go in the lips and then just closing your eyes, and it's feet, hands and face all together. Oh, I feel safe, and that feeling just comes in and it feels so good as it comes in. Okay, so with regards to feet, hands and face, because we're doing a lot of different reflexes today, remember that you can manage any feelings of, oh, this feels a bit too much, or any feelings of overwhelm, or just kind of like, oh, I'm not sure I can carry on. Just keep coming back to feet, hands and face. You can even buffer everything we do. So we do a reflex move, and then you feel your feet, hands and face, and we do another reflex move, and then you feel feet, hands and face. And that's one way to help the body be a bit more resilient. All right, sun salutation. We're ready. Let's bring the arms up and back. Breathing in, lengthening out. Reaching as you root down. Lovely. Breathing out, forward fold. Sliding the heads down. Let the neck go. Relax the jaw. Feel the back of the body stretching out. Release, release, release. As best you can, whatever you can. Breathing in, we're going to look up, flatten the back. And then coming down, breastbone first, let the head go again. Cannonball on a string, can you feel the string dangling? Let's take a step back with one leg, dropping the knee, leaning forwards, and feeling that weight come into that front leg as you leave the other leg behind. Push the floor away from you, relax for a moment. Once that relaxation has happened a bit, you can come up if you wish. And then we're breathing in and we're reaching up. At the same time, you're dropping down. Bring the hands to the ground. Again, another little push. Back of the head. All right, this front foot's going to come back. Plank pose. Feeling the strength of this. Now, I've been doing this little move for the past few weeks because I'm finding that I've got quite strong with this, and I need to get my heart rate up a bit faster, otherwise I'd be here forever. So I'm just dropping one hip and then the other, and very quickly you get nice and warm and very, very out of breath. So don't forget to breathe. Coming down, palm upon palm. Nice rest in the upper body. Feel the upper body really sink down. And then start with the bottom arm. Find the rhythm. Keep and stick to it. Mind is going to be busy at this point, so it's a really good way to start that quietening process. You just focus on the song, the rhyme, the rhythm. Lovely. And just bringing it to stillness. Just bring the hands around. Now, this is to squeeze the adrenal glands more than anything else. Lots of other things happening as well. We're reaching, opening the chest, but mostly we want to be squeezing those adrenal glands. Pushing up and back. Keep the hands stuck. Now we're stretching. But the stretch comes all the way up from the wrist, elbows, shoulders, up into the upper back, and then down into the lower back. And if there's a little bit of a block there in the upper back, because it's too tight, it does serve well to rock side to side a little bit, to loosen off that diaphragm so that we can get the stretch all the way down the back. And so you bring it to stillness and just apply that stretch there. Let's bring the hands a little bit closer in. And we're going to breathe in. We'll pull and push. Making the connection. Tail to hand, S shape. Push, C shape. You could even eye track if you wanted to. Get the full blown connection in here. This. All right, so once you've got the spine running smoothly, feels like a wave, you know you're ready for downward dog. So tucking the toes under, we're going to come into our downward dog. Let the head go. You could polish the flagpole a little bit here if you wanted to, stretching out the legs. Getting into a little bit of movement here with a miniature S to C, so you could just wag the lower half or wag the upper half of the spine and just get it a little bit more mobile, then coming to stillness and relaxing, releasing the jaw. Breathe. And so, and then whichever leg went back first, it's that leg that's coming forward. And we're leaning in. Pushing the floor away from you. Waiting as you leave that leg behind for it to relax just a fraction. Once it's there, we can come up. So you're dropping down as you reach up. Let's come behind, back down, sorry, and we relax. I'm going to bring this back foot forward into our forward bend. Grab hold of the elbows, let the head drop, and then nice gentle rock side to side. Bring that to stillness, release a little bit more in that upper back. Shoulders orangutan, head letting go. And we're going to breathe in and look up. And as we come down, breastbone first, a final chance to really let the whole of that upper body hang, including the head and shoulders. And then gently uncurling as we come up. Find your feet, find your root, really deep roots, and then we're going to breathe in, reaching up and back, lengthening the spine from that root. Putting the hands together, going to come into centering, finding that center, so drawing that line down the center of the body, feeling it all the way down, and 2 feet either, 1 foot either side of the line, 2 hands on the line, jaw letting go into the line, feet, hands and face, the center line and your breath, all in one awareness. Lovely. Okay, so as has been the one in this series, we're going to start with the warming up of the back of the ankles. Get those nice and warm. The cortisol to flood into the muscles so that we can use them. Rubbing the back is next. Rub, rub, rub. Okay, and then we're going to come into this squatting, twisty, turny one. Now, if you're finding that you're doing this and it's like, oh, I'm not burning any thighs, come lower. Okay, the lower you are and the littler this move, the harder work it is. Okay, so you're going from one side to another, to another, to another. And quite quickly, when you're low, quite quickly, your thighs start to complain. Okay, so don't give up straight away. It's tempting. But once it's really burning, you know you're going to come back. You can come back up. Up, and here you're reaching, reaching, reaching. And then you come down the middle, and you come down again, nice and low. Really get those thighs, those knees are all going to be strengthened by this. And we're going to get that slight out of breath feeling, that, oh, I'm working hard. And then you come back up again when you can't do it again anymore. Oh, you might go for a third time. As you get stronger, you probably will do a few more, but always watching out for that dizzy spell. So when you start to feel dizzy, do stop. Okay? Judge your own dizziness levels. So my vestibular needs a bit of training at the moment. There's a little bit something happening there, so I get dizzy quite quickly. All right, so feet to hands, hands to shoulders, shoulders to neck. There's the pyramid, there are the lines. Take a breath and rotate. Over to one side. Back to the middle. And over to the other. Now, if you want, you can do eye tracking from one side, track through the floor to the other side, through the floor. Oh, you can just keep going. So come back to the center at some point. It's like the eye tracking gets a bit obsessive. And just standing, feeling the feet, the hands, the face. Okay, so normally at this point, we go straight into the 3 routines that we've been building on. But today I want to start with the reflex we're actually going to work with, the final one, which is the spinal galant. And the reason for this is that the spinal galant is what we call a transitional reflex. It's actually there very early in the body, you know, birth, basically, to go through the birth canal and in the womb. And what it does is it ties in all the other reflexes. So it helps you to bring together all the patterns so that all of them are functioning at the same time. That's why I've left it right to the end, okay? So we'll start with rubbing. I know we've done this already, but I just want to bring that wakefulness in for a moment. Don't have to rub for long, obviously, because we've already done it. So that when you stop, you're really, okay, yes, we've got the hands here. And yes, it is starting to Relax that. Now I'm doubting. Did we do that? I don't think we did. I think we forgot. I think we went straight into the twisty turny. I was very excited about that. Now the top one. So I'm using my hand for support here so that I can get these fingers really as far back as possible without too much strain. Okay, and just fingertips. It's a stimulation rather than a massage. Okay, so it doesn't have to be strong. And then the other side. Lovely. Now at this point, can we feel all 4 hot plates? Right. Yes. And this morning they actually feel a little bit out of alignment, which is interesting. Okay. So let me show you what I mean by the hot plates inform the directions of the body. Okay, they're like a compass in a way. So these 2 hot plates, because of the FPR, yes, are letting go towards the ground, right? So I'm always saying let go towards the ground. So it starts from up here, starts from these hot plates. Okay. And then these 2 hot plates are rising up. So we've got the Landau with the breath and that slight S shape. We know it's just with the breath, as we reach up, those 2 drop down. Okay, nice and easy. Okay. The next one is sideward bend. So let's bring the legs to just fairly wide angle, not super wide. And then we're going to slide the hand down and lift the other arm up. Okay, so it's just a standing sideward bend. So what's happening here? This hot plate's going down, this one's going up, that's obvious. But we always forget about this side. This hot plate is drawing down, and this seemingly is coming up to meet it. You can feel that. Just makes for that little bit of better movement. So what have we got here? We've got the dropping down, the FPR, the reaching up of the Landau as you breathe in. And of course that hot air balloon is the head in the right place. All of that, we'll be doing all of that. And there we go. Okay. Feet together, knees together for this twist. Okay. So it's just an easy twist. We're just going to sort of hug ourselves and look over the shoulder. Now, if you let the lower hip go, you don't get much of a twist. You're more like twisting in your knees than anywhere. So here, this hot plate's going forward and this hot plate's going back as this hot plate goes back and the other one goes forward. So you can see they're moving in different directions in order to give you the twist. And then the other way. It's just a simple twist. We're just looking at all the directions. So hip going forward, hip going back, shoulder going back, hip going forward. Lovely. Now, not so common is left and right, but in a situation like this where we're doing this, what have we got? We've got these 2 hot plates going forward, these 2 hot plates going back. I mean, it's a bit obvious, but it does come into some poses. There's left and the right hot plates and are working together in movement, so they're moving in unison. So those are all the different ways that the hot plates move. Okay, so now we're going to apply them to our sequences that we've been doing. Okay, so you know the sequences hopefully really well. This is the last time we're going to go through them. I'll start something new next time. So let's bend the knees, and as we've been doing, lie our chest on the thighs. It's first of all to work on the neck and the head. But even so here, what's happening? Those lower 2 hot plates are dropping slightly down towards the earth. The top 2 hot plates, because the gravity are falling away from them. And then at that point, if you want to, you can grab the head, use the hands or just a tuft of hair, and just circle the head off the end of the neck. Get that lubricant feeling. It's nicely oiled. You can rock forward and back. You can rock side to side. You can polish. You could even do circle in the square. Point, 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 point. Turn the chin and point. Turn the chin and point. Turn the chin. And then let the head go. So hopefully the head is relaxing the jaw. And now we start to push through the feet because the thighs are starting to burn.
And even though we're pushing through the legs, those hot plates still feel like they're melting downwards. The bottom two and the top two are now working their way. Okay, a little bit of eye tracking here. So you're going to bring the hand to the center, look at the thumb of the other hand, and follow it, track it as you bring the hand up and behind. And then think about what you're doing with the hot plates. Hot plate going forward, hot plate going back, hips trying to stay dropping down. And then even though you can't see the thumb right at the top, just pretend you can and drop it all the way back down as you track it to the floor and swap side. Again, hot plate going forward, one going back, a little bit of dropping down in the bottom, two, and then track all the way back down. And let the head go, let the neck go. Hot plates dropping towards the earth at the top and the other two dropping down. Let's heel toe or feet into triangle forward bend. Have a moment to stretch out that inner thigh and to feel that still the hot plates are relaxing downwards, even as the breath comes in and the top two hot plates move away, because you reach with the breath, remember? And then we're going to turn the feet, point in one direction. Now here, very useful, the hot plates. Can you line all four hot plates up to face that front leg? And if you can't because it's too tight, try your best. Know that you're moving in that direction. So you've got four hot plates all pointing in the right direction. And we're going to let the head go. Now, again, the lower two hot plates are dropping down and reminding us to let go of the legs. And the top two hot plates are reaching away, reminding us to lengthen the spine every time we breathe in. Head in the right place, make sure it's right above the hot plate and that it's loose and relaxed. Let go of the jaw. Lovely, and then we'll turn the feet. Walk the hands around, facing the other way. Lovely. And all four hot plates nicely lined up. Lower two dropping down, relaxing, letting legs go. Top two with the breath, reaching slightly. Head in the right place. Neck loose. Remember, you can always circle to figure it out. Relax the jaw. And we walk the hands back to the middle. Forward fold. Let the head go. Now, seeing as we're here, we might as well reach forwards and step back. Into downward dog. And when we bend one knee here, very easy, some people drop the hip and the hot plates come out of alignment. So just bend the knee and stretch the leg, but try not to come too far out of alignment. Lower two hot plates are still dropping down. The top two are still reaching through the arms and the breath. Check in with your neck and make sure it's in the right place and that the neck feels loose, and letting go, circle it if necessary. Tune into the S of the breath, the C, the core engaging, the letting go, and then drop and swap the legs. Again, try not to drop that hip. When you're finishing one leg, remember to just have a moment for two together. Work on letting that head be loose at the end of the spine as well. You could do a little bit of a polish maybe. When you're done, you're going to drop onto the knees and the hands, elbows, on the ground, and we're going to start to stretch the neck. Keeping that heart above the head. Rolling back to the forehead. Now, as you're doing this, it's interesting to watch what you're doing with the hot plates. Are they all staying nicely lined up? Is the right and the left moving the same? Back to the center. Of the forehead. So you can do about 3 or 4 of these, perhaps each time, getting a little bit further into the stretch, so feeling more of the neck stretching out. When you're done, we're resting in child pose. You can have the hands either side of the head or the hands by the feet, but do find that pointy bit of the forehead and just give yourself a little bit of a side to side rock here. And when you're done, just feel the self relaxing, the body starting to get the message. Coming back into the body, coming back into presence, having what I call one of those full stop moments when the mind is a bit quieter and we can really embody. Gentle and curling. I'm ready to do the Moro sequence. So, as you know, this one, at least at the moment, is starting with the rib cage rock. So that's right hand on the left rib, left hand on the elbow, and a gentle rock. Now, it's nice to close your eyes at this one and really feel the rock internally. Gentle rocking. And when there's a little response, we're just going to bring that back to stillness and just notice. You move the hands if you need to, just notice that one. Lovely. And then we're going to bring the hands to the rib cage just below. We know we've been doing this for a while as well. Breathing in, looking up, and as you breathe out and fold forward, letting those fingers slide underneath. Holding the breath just for a moment, just to notice what you're doing. And then you breathe in and come up. And honestly, this works so much better if you really attempt to empty the lungs. Bring the fingers a little bit closer in as you breathe out again. Really empty, 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 empty. Feel what you're doing and then come up. Bringing the hands a little bit closer in. And as you breathe out again. Lovely. And then as you come up, bring the hands again across the diaphragm and just check, is that enough? Do I need to do it again? Some of us might have just had a shock or feeling really anxious and now need to do it twice in order to feel the warmth. Okay, so we can have the legs outstretched in this one or the legs bent. This little sequence is a very, very simple but very, very powerful sequence, okay? So we're going to roll the shoulders back. The breastbone is going up and back. The head is dropping onto the shoulders, supported by the shoulders, hopefully. And then as you breathe in, you're lengthening. So think about this. The lower 2 hot plates are dropping. The top 2 hot plates are reaching. As the breath comes in, it's that big hot air balloon rising. Now,
If you're feeling a lot of tension in that chest diaphragm area, you can reach and rock here. Oh, reaching and rocking. When I discovered this, I was like, that was just so amazing. But make sure it's not the bottom that you're rocking, it's using the hands. Yeah, you're using the hands, reaching and releasing. Now, to come out of this safely, you want to drop the breastbone, roll the head in, push in the hands. Just come up to sitting for a moment and let that percolate and settle in your body, because it's powerful. Lower two hot plates are sinking. Top two hot plates naturally floating. Openness in the chest. That's the heat, the little fire, as I like to call it, that we are working with. And if you think back to the lessons, it's that hot air balloon, yeah? So the hot air balloon is starting to rise. We've cut a couple of the sandbags off, okay? Now let's go to the side. Let's cut a few more off, okay? So think about the hot plates that we did earlier. One going down, one going up, the other top one going down, and the hip are seemingly going up. It's not, but that's what it feels like. We've got the hot plates doing their thing. Now, head, is it in the right place? If I want an eye track, look up to the ceiling, but turn the head and the chin, not just the eyes. And then if it feels tight in that diaphragm, there's always a rock to be had here. Use the hands. Imagine that your hand is on that left rib and that you're rocking it like you were earlier. And then relax and reach and breathe. If the neck hurts, remember, is my neck in the top of the flagpole? Sometimes it's not. All right, other side. About those hot plates, what are they doing? One's reaching, one's dropping, one's coming up, one's going down. Head is in the right place. I'm looking up at the ceiling. Am I giving it a bit of a rock on this side? Well, if you did one side, it's probably a good idea to do it on the other side. Breathe. Over and then coming up. Let's see. Have we dropped a couple of those sandbags off that hot air balloon? Feeling a little bit lighter each time. Okay, opposite hand to opposite knee. All right, so we're looking over the shoulder. Now, lots of things to think about here. The hot plates are doing two things at once. They're both dropping into the earth and reaching up, but also going forward, going back. The top two and the bottom two going in the other direction. Check your head. Is it in the right place? As you swivel round to look over the fence and point the eyes. Breathe, and each breath you lengthen. Out breath, you don't collapse. You engage the core. You're letting go in the lower half of the body. You're reaching up in the upper half of the body. Now again, if you reach a point where it's like, oh, that's really tense in there, you can give yourself a rock here. And then you rotate. Maybe eye track from one side to the other. Quite nice to do if you remember. Lower two hot plates dropping down, top two's reaching up, twisting around, looking over the shoulder, head in the right place, letting go in the legs, having a bit of a rock if you need to. As we come back to the center, we're like, oh, a few more of those sandbags have gone. And we've got that natural rise, those hot plates are just, I'm thinking about the hot air balloon. It's like it's got Mickey Mouse ears now. And those Mickey Mouse ears are in the hot plates, and it's all of that area is lovely and lifting. Okay, S to C. So let's do the reflex moves in the poses itself. It helps. So we've been doing it with this sequence. Nice simple sequence. S to C. Pull S to C. Okay, so what are the hot plates doing here? They're coming closer together at the back when you do the S, and they're coming closer together if you had them at the front. Okay, so just have a little think about that. Are they're doing it evenly? Lovely. Okay, so where is tight? Is it upper back or lower back? Wherever it is, it might be both. Give it a little bit of a small rock. Just rock that bit a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to come down in neutral spine. So find neutral, slide the hands down into the stretch. All right, so lots of work to do here. Let go of the legs. Lower two hot plates are dropping down. Pull with the hands. That helps the top two hot plates reach up as you breathe in. Make sure the head is in the right place. So you might want to circle it and find the top of the flagpole, orangutan those shoulders. And with all of this, the stretch just takes care of itself. Because the patterning is right, we know how to release. We don't have to push it, we'll just do it by itself. Letting go of the legs, lower two hot plates, dropping down. Slight S shape as you breathe in, top two hot plates slightly reaching. Neutral spine, head in the right place, jaw relaxed. Okay. Now, we're going to turn and make it a little bit harder because when we turn to face this one leg, obviously this hot plate here is going to be slightly out of kilter, but we're going to imagine that they're all four lined up facing this leg. They're dropping down to the earth. Now, as you come down, you could do a couple of S to C's. If you're not sure the flexibility is there, or whether you're in neutral or not, or you just want to move the spine, then by all means, be my guest. Do some S to C's. Otherwise, you can come down in the neutral and do the S to C in that sort of inner way, where you breathe in and you feel that S. You breathe out the C, that drops down the lower two hot plates, but you still remain reaching. Check the head. Very easy in this one to have the head over the back of the flagpole. Relax the jaw. Feeling how effective it is when we have the whole body playing along. When you come up to center, you're going to do the same on the other side. So you're rotating to try and point all the four hot plates in the right direction, sliding down. You can do the S to C if you wish. It can be really helpful. But you can also just do it with a neutral spine in the breath. Lower two hot plates dropping, top two hot plates reaching, neck relaxed. We come back to center. I'm just going to add in a pose here. So we're going to stay looking at the same leg, so all four hot plates lined up, and then we're going to slide the hand down. So we're coming into a sideward bend. And this sideward bend often can get a bit complex because we're so much to think about, but with the hot plates, it makes it much easier to think about. Because in essence, the hot plates are still all trying to face in that direction. The lower two hot plates are still trying to lower down. As you bring the upper arm though, you've got one hot plate going up and one hot plate going down on one side, and then the other two are trying to get closer together. You're thinking about your neck. Well, remember to find the top of the flagpole, and you can look up at the ceiling. With the chin slightly tucked in to keep it on that top of that flagpole. Breathe. And we're reaching up. We need a crane to bring us out of this one. Lovely. Face the other way. All 4 hot plates in one direction, even as you slide the left hand down. Doing your best. All right, then. Lower those lower 2 hot plates. This one really wants to come up, right? So you bring it down, especially as you bring the arm up. We're reaching through the spine as we drop the hot plate and reach the other one. Check your head positioning, tuck the chin in slightly, it puts it on the top of the flagpole, look up at the ceiling. What are the other 2 hot plates doing? They're coming closer together. And it's a pose like this where you really see how the hot plates are really helping you to put all the bits of the reflexes into one functional movement. Let's just have a little circle. And then we're going to do this mermaid pose that is also really good for this. So you can again just check. I mean, we have done a lot of pelvic movement, hopefully, in our S to C. And as we tip over here, we're kind of checking the sacral iliac, make sure that that's feeling nice and mobile. And if it's not, just giving it a few goes. And then we're going to bring the hand to the knee and we're looking over the shoulder. So a lot of things happening here, but the hot plates are going to help us think of them all because you're going to drop the lower 2 hot plates, even while the top 2 hot plates are reaching. You've got 1 hot plate going forward, 1 hot plate going back, and the opposite happening down below. Check the head, relax the jaw. You're looking over the fence. Lengthen breath, release and let go, and turning all at the same time. Take to come around to the front. And then it's rock, 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 rock. Okay. Just checking. Just a little check. Okay. Wouldn't want to go into a stretch like this without having checked first because it's quite strong. All right, so again, go through it all. Lower 2 hot plates dropping, top 2 hot plates reaching. 1 shoulder going forward, 1 shoulder going back, 1 hip going forward, 1 hip going back. As you breathe in, lengthening the spine. Head on top of the flagpole, look over your shoulder. Point those eyes. Back. And it's like, whoa, you know, it feels good. It feels there's something whole about practicing that. I don't know if you're feeling the same, but it really feels like the whole body is involved in all of this. And as a result, we feel whole. We feel back to ourselves, back in our body, and in a way that we feel, you know, relaxed and complete. And it's such a nice thing. Such a nice feeling. All right, so little circles here, just not forgetting to, I put my hands here to remind me to tell you to not forget to move your hula hoop up here as well. Okay, lovely. All right, so it's time to get onto the floor. We are running slightly late because we started slightly late. But I definitely want to do this because I've been really enjoying doing this mobility for the spine stuff. It's been so good. And I've been finding bits of gristle, which tells you something. So if you haven't been here, I'm just going to run through it. So what we do our, you know, we do our big bridge. making sure that you've tucked the head in. I use my hands because I like to get a really good stretch there in the back of the neck. The arms are up and over. I might even give the head a bit of a polish the flagpole to release the shoulders, because there is a good stretch here for the shoulders. All this while the heart's above the head. And then I bring that to stillness and orangutan my arms. Get another little stretch out of it. Relax the jaw. Let go in the back of the neck. And then the new thing is this, where we come down and we roll the spine down. And as soon as we find somewhere tight, we're doing three things. We're S to C that particular vertebra. S to C, S to C. And once it starts to loosen off, we're going side to side. So moray rock, side to side, side to side, side to side. And then the new one is drop one hot plate down and then swap and swap. And now we're doing a twist, a twist. And we're just getting all this mobility into the spine. Dropping down to the next vertebra, same, S to C. Now, sometimes you have to work out where the hell is that vertebrae, how do I move it? That's showing you that there's a lack of connectivity there. And of course, attempting this will help that connectivity a lot. Side to side, moray. Twist. Drop those hot plates. And you just keep going. Each vertebra that you find that is tight and holding and not wanting to release here, give it some information. Teach it how to let go. Rocking side to side. And so on and so on. Now, obviously, as you get further down the back, it does become a little bit harder to do this. But if you just maintain the pelvis off the ground just a little bit, you should be able to attempt it. And it's just sort of almost like, you know, the pelvis might almost be on the floor, but slightly lifted. So you've got that tiny, it's only tiny movement. Oh, and by the time you get to the tail, it's like, oh, that spine is vibrant, really awake. Let's bring the arms down the side. It's like, whoa. Now, at this point, this is one of the things I really used to like about Shivananda yoga. When you've done something like that, you'd love to have a couple of minutes to just sit here and watch the result of your work. Feel all the unraveling happening. And if you're watching this on the video, you could always just pause it and do that, because it's a really nice thing to do. And it's one of the things that we're going to do next week. Not next week, the week after, sorry. So we're going to push this leg over. We're going to look the other way. So we're going into the floor, to hand on the knee, hand on the head if you wish it. Let the body relax. Now, thinking about these hot plates even here. Now, the lower body hot plates are moving more, one forward, one back, but the shoulders also have. If you've not orangutanged your arms, you might have found that you were holding the shoulders still, so let them pretend to move. Even as you breathe in, they're moving away from each other, the lower two from the upper two. If you feel tension in the diaphragm there, remember you can use the hand on the knee, and just give it a rock. And if you point your eyes towards the floor, you get just that little bit more juice up. And in yin yoga, you would stay in this position, and again, like a meditation, you just observe all that unraveling. You can sort of see why all these different modalities came into being, because they really helpful ways of practicing. So we're going to push Bring the hand to the knee. Rolling over the other way, thinking about the hot plates, one forward, one back, other one forward, other one back. The lower two relaxing, the top two reaching, always with the breath. You have the hand on the head if you wish. Relax the jaw. Breathe and observe. And then as we roll back. To the center. Almost there for relaxation. Here comes the fish. The hands directly below the lower two hot plates. The legs relaxing, that means those hot plates are dropping down into the hand. Elbows tucked in, we're pushing through the elbows to lift the top two hot plates away from the lower back, to extend the spine, to let the head roll over the end of the flagpole. Breathing in, jaw relaxing, letting go. Of course, as many breaths as you can, but then when you're done, roll the chin in. Release the hands out from underneath you. And as you let the body go into the earth again for this start of this relaxation, just notice that all four hot plates support the limbs. The lower two hot plates facilitate the legs letting go. The top two hot plates facilitate the orangutangness of the arms. And once upon a time when I did the hot plates, I invented what I called the wok plate. The wok plate is the head, right? So the roundness of the head is the wok, and it's also on a plate, and it's also completely supported by the ground. And it allows the neck and the jaw to release. And so the hot plates here really facilitating our ability to immediately begin to relax. And of course, relaxation is just a passing of an awareness through the body. And over the past few weeks, we've used all the elements. We started with fire, where we felt those three little fires in the chest and the lower back and the neck, spreading across the body, their heat. We then did water. We were an ocean, and the breath was like a current passing through the waters of the body. Next, we did spaciousness, breathing in space into all the joints and every place inside our body. That was followed by earth, in which we felt the weight of the bones, the weight of the muscles, the weight of the whole body, the matter of the body, knowing that the earth with equal measure holds us up. And then last week we ran through air, feeling a light breeze passing around the outside of the body or between all the different spaces, and then inside the body between all the joints, and then finally even into the spaces between the cells and molecules of the body. Out of those 5 elements, one of them will have stand out for you the most, or perhaps 2. And so I want you to pick one. And as you bring your awareness to your toes and feet, apply that relaxation to your toes and feet. So if it's fire, it'll feel the warm air passing inside it. If it's earth, the heaviness, water, the wave. Spaciousness, noticing the spaces in all the little joints and the ankles and feet bones and the toe bones. And if it's air, passing through like Bringing your awareness to the calves and shins and the knees and the thighs. And again, the whole of the leg responding to this element that you have chosen. The water, the wave, the earth, the heaviness, the fire, the heat, the spaciousness, the air flowing through every cell. Bringing your awareness to your pelvis, the two hot plates and the front of the pelvis and all the organs in the lower half of the body. And feeling that spaciousness, heaviness, wateriness, air, fire, whatever it is you've chosen, up into the chest, scanning across the breastbone, the upper back bones, the shoulder blades. Bringing that awareness down through the shoulders, the upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands, and fingertips. Taking your choice of element and really bringing it into that part of it. Bringing your awareness to the throat and the jaw and the back of the neck. Feeling the mouth, the whole of the jaw, the top and the bottom respond. This element you've chosen. Around the eyes, the forehead, the brow, the top of the head, the back of the head. So now the whole body. Whole body in your awareness with the use of this lovely element that you've chosen. And as you breathe in, you can feel the body, the whole of the body there. And as you breathe out, still the earth. Always the earth. The earth is always there for all the elements. Breathing in, aware of the body. Breathing out, aware of the earth beneath. Holding. So a few breaths like this, having this moment to feel the two together, to feel the quality of that element in your body and the earth holding you. At the same time. The mind remains busy, just bring it back to the awareness. And noticing of your body, the letting go of your body into the earth. Gently, we should sink away.